the next thing I would say or would ask, it's regarding the need of the company to such a thing, because sometimes that they might think like, okay, I don't need automation. I have people to do everything that I want, everything that I do, either manual job, either these people are would okay. I have good developers, I have people scripting. I don't need this kind of solutions. What you'd say, or how is your approach to this kind of companies that we got our ass covered? Let's say we can do ourselves, and what is your approach to them? Like, no, I can do better for you. I can make your life even better. How it's gonna be?
Well, between you and me, I would say to them, good luck. But honestly, like, if I'm in front of a customer that's telling me like, hey, I've got it covered, I don't need automation, that's a pretty extreme position. I don't usually see that. But if someone really is adamant about that, then I would say, how many people are you paying to make sure you have all that covered? And not just that, does this mean that you have a room full of like 200 people that are all day just going through alerts and manually doing this stuff? Do you have a bunch of people that are just stuck in the code? And the way I see it, it's out of scope of what their job entails, right?
Hmm.
You and other professionals should not be spending time on I like to say the logistics or the dirty work of
Hmm.
getting automation to work, right? And let
Hmm.
me give an analogy here to make the point. A good analogy I like to use. Imagine a professional kitchen, right, at like a Michelin star restaurant,
Hmm.
right? At the moment, because of lack of automation for companies that aren't using tools like ours, it's like, you have the morning and the afternoon, the early afternoon, where all of the chefs and sous chefs come in, and they have to do a lot of the prep work, cut all the
Hmm.
carrots, cut all the onions,
Hmm.
do all that stuff. And so what I would say to a person like that is, you guys are spending the entire morning and early afternoon prepping, and you're dealing with that, getting ready to cook. You
Hmm.
haven't even cooked yet. You spend most of your day just prepping. I want to get you to a place where you're all cooking. And with a tool like Blink, it's taking you from a sous chef that's spending most of the morning prepping to freeing you up from that. We're doing that for you. And now you can spend your time on experimenting, on the more interesting tasks, the more important tasks. What kind of menu do I want to create for tomorrow? What kind of new ingredients do I want to play with? Let me play with some stuff and see what I can do
Hmm.
here, for a special menu. So it's a whole other way of working. It's taking your team that may have their head down and are doing some work that they're not so happy about. It's very tiring and frustrating, and most of the time, alerts don't really lead to anything and whatnot. And moving them to a place of, let automation handle that. Let's use your human brain and your analytical skills to work on more creative stuff, right? So that's kind of what Blink is doing to security. It's taking the the chef who's a real professional and saying, you don't need to chop carrots and do that prep work. You can now focus on the interesting stuff. It's taking the people that are not chefs. They're the junior sous chef
Hmm.
that's starting. He's in a stagiste. It's a stage. It's his first internship, and we're telling him, you can even you can cook yourself too. Like, you can do these
Hmm.
things too. So that's what I would say to someone who's kind of anti-automation is, you can get way more efficiency. I don't need to pitch automation, efficiency and such, but your team will be much happier. They'll be working on the stuff they want to. They will be, rather than I'm trying to think of what is that called when you have a play with the dolls, puppets, right?
Yeah. I know the word in Portuguese, but I missed in English. But yeah, kind of puppets. Yeah.
Rather than you being the puppets that are doing the work, we're going to make you the puppet master, and you decide, like, your work will move from handling these tasks and even building the automations with code to, what do I want to automate? What's the next thing in my list that I can do to automate, that from now on is going to do a lot better for the organization? Maybe from now on, I want to create an automation that every time a Google Drive folder or a Outlook, Microsoft, folder is shared,
Office.
Office is shared, that I want an approval process to go through security. Or maybe we want to give them some leeway so it'll get shared, but after 7 days, a message will be sent to the user that'll ask you, hey, do you still need this? And if they say yes, then it stays open for another 7 days. And if no, or if they don't answer, then we remove the share.
E aí, gostou desse corte? Então segue, continua, que tem muito mais.